know, dude. Dude, they fucked Overwatch up so bad, man. I don't know how they dropped the ball so fucking hard on that shit, but definitely Blizzard is definitely just a shell of the company that it used to be. It's very obvious that a lot of things have changed hands, and these new people are, you know, corporate greed has really run amok in that company. Yeah, it's just, I don't understand going to 5v5. I don't understand what they did to tanks. I don't understand that they took Doomfist and they made him a tank. Like, it's still an enjoyable game. It's just not the same. And like, I'm one of those people that thought, you know, Overwatch 1 got ruined kind of by the shield meta. But I felt like there was really simple solutions to that stuff, and they didn't want to do it. And I just don't understand the logic behind it. I just don't understand it. Well, yeah, it's like they didn't like see like the initial problem. Like the way they fixed it is like let's gut it. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, you have like a small issue going on with your bladder that could be fixed with a diet, but what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take the bladder out and make and put a fake bladder in, and now you're gonna have this whole other slew of problems. It's like, I don't understand, dude. Your game was fine before, right? It's just needed some tweaking or some maybe major overhauls to some other characters that were, you know, yeah, 5v5 is bad, and it's like, I think what they should have done is they should have just done the Orisa change. I like the change they did to Orisa. That's one less shield down, right? And then they should have done some tweaking to like Reinhardt and Sigma to make their shields less obnoxious. Ryan's the only one in that game that should have like a ridiculous shield, right? Because he's a melee character. Sigma's shield should just be way reduced, right? Force people to play him with range and actually like bounce their projectiles. Like, you don't have to take the shields out. Just make them less of a problem to where the game and make a reason for having a variety of characters, not just having a pro league that's filled with teams doing the exact same meta. Like, you know, this game has the same issue where you get to the top of the heap and it ends up being the same three characters in the finals, right? Which, you know, balancing games is really difficult. I'm not knocking that, but that should have picked up, you know. But you gotta just it's the same issue that this game suffered from, which was essentially power creep, right? And the answer to the problem of this character being too OP versus this character is what they end up doing is they just make all the other characters stronger, and then some characters get left behind in the mix, and next thing you know, you just have like a bunch of strong characters that are more imbalanced than they initially started off with, as opposed to what you gotta do is actually detune characters, right? And then they do like shit where they detune the wrong characters, like Brigitte, because of the GOATS meta. They were like, oh well, she's too buff, so we're gonna really reduce her and completely change her play style. And it's like, I don't understand this, dude. Why don't you like either buff some of the other characters or debuff a lot of these characters, including Brigitte, to where it's making them, all the characters are becoming viable. And then it comes down to creativity of the players, not just fucking, you know. Ah, you didn't bite on that. Like, I don't know. I don't think I put enough time into Overwatch to have a really like solid opinion based on like the higher level play of the game. But it just seems, I agree with the Orisa change. I think they made Orisa a more interesting tank to play. She's very buff now, and I think that could have been, you know, solid. You know, there's a couple of things they did that I thought were good. There's a couple of new characters that I think are interesting, but it's kind of just, it's just weird, dude. Like, I hate Xiaoyu, dude. God damn. And you know, you're not biting on that anymore. Yeah, like I played Orisa a lot. The only thing that was really like super fun about her was her orb, right? And she was a strong tank, but yeah, eventually she gets boring, dude. So I agree with what they did. I agree with that change. I think they fucking completely gutted Doomfist. They ruined fucking Doomfist. He has no business being a fucking tank. Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to fight and think at the same time. Yeah, I don't know whose idea was that to take away Doom, because you had to really be skilled to be an effective Doom player, right? And everybody respected that. And now it's like, I don't know, dude. It's just so weird. Nice, while standing punish. Alright, I'm done with the Xiaoyu. But yeah, like, let me think, like, what they could have done to Overwatch to, like, first of all, it should have never been a 5v5. It should have just made, and the fact is that they didn't come back from that. They didn't go like, alright, we're changing our mind. Also, they took out a lot of the maps, right? There's no more 2-point capture maps. They added in these fucking stupid, they're not completely bad, but the fucking, the escort mission maps with the robot, I felt like that should have been like a casual mode type thing. The fact that that's like ranked is kind of ridiculous, because the player base is already so fucking brain dead as it is, that the amount of people, like, you already have problems on small maps with people working as a unit, let alone these maps that are gigantic and forcing people to spawn all the way at the back of the map, right? It's like you're just letting people file in one by one and not work as a unit because they don't understand how that map works and that mode works, right? Yeah, because this randoms are just doing whatever anyways, and it's at least on the smaller maps you might have a chance to catch up with the group and like make something happen. But on those big escort maps, it's like almost pointless, right? Then yeah, I really feel like the major issue is reducing it from the 6v6 plus all the lying, right? We're gonna make it free to play. Then you're gonna have all of these skins that you got by earning crates and coins from the previous Overwatch that you could get for free by playing the game. Then when you go to the free-to-play model, even if I previously bought Overwatch, I no longer have that ability to get those skins without now paying actual real money, which is a fucking total robbery, right? Absolute robbery. Because technically it's like, those are my skins, dude. I paid money for those because I didn't spend more time. There was coins I forgot to spend on skins that I had available. I didn't automatically get those skins unlocked for being an Overwatch 1 player, right? It's fucking ridiculous, dude. The free-to-play players, I get it, dude. They missed the bus, dude. They came into the game late. They came in on Overwatch 2, right? They don't get those skins. But as a legacy player, the fact that I don't have those fucking skins available without paying extra money, but if I came in and I played Overwatch 1 2 months prior to the Overwatch 2 released, that I could earn those fucking skins and have them as a permanent thing, but you have the audacity to charge me $5 to $10 fucking dollars after that fucking game's out? What are you, fucking smoking crack? Right? The fuck, dude? What is that? It's so horseshit, man. Yeah, and because I didn't spend an extra 100 hours playing your stupid fucking game, I don't get those skins anymore? Like, ridiculous, dude. And on top of the fact that they hid a lot of those skins behind seasonal events anyways. Doesn't matter that I was playing Overwatch for 4 fucking years before Overwatch 2. It was wild, dude. Wild, man. And then they took so many of the good Overwatch 1 maps, completely removed them, right? I don't even know if you can play them like in a casual server at all. They're just not available, even though they lied. I remember laughing my ass off, dude, when they announced Overwatch 2, and I was like, oh, sick, a new game. And then they started talking, and I was like, you're literally patching. It's a big patch to Overwatch 1, and you're calling it a new game, dude. And it's not a new fucking game. It's the same game with a graphical overhaul, dude. Ridiculous. And then this big PvE promise. Look at this big PvE mode we got planned, dude. That's going to be a huge section of Overwatch 2. Is that shit even out yet? Is that shit even fucking out, dude? Give me a break, man. They couldn't even, dude, they literally just did a graphic overlay and then they had years, and they couldn't get a PvE mode going. What the fuck were they doing over there? What are you doing over there, dude? Finger up your ass, like just fucking sitting there at the computer staring at it? What did you guys do? You didn't even record new voice lines, man. You literally ported shit over to a better engine. That was it. Made a couple of maps. Like, millions of dollars for that? It's like 15% of a new game. What is going on over there? Why are you paying these people money? It's just PvE robot missions. Awesome. So sick, dude. Even though you had enough time to develop a whole campaign, the best you could do is this. And even then, it was late. And when it was late, it was a disappointment. So it's like, what is happening? What is happening over at Blizzard, dude? They're straight on the snooze button. Skill trees? They got, see, I dropped it, dude. I just completely dropped it. I like Ramatra. Thought Ramatra was a cool character. I even liked the new Lotus healer character. I am assuming they got some other type of character, which they took forever to start introducing a new character. Like, do you remember the wait between, what's her name, Echo? And then by the time there was actually another new character in the game, took them forever to add a new character again. They scrapped the skill trees because that's real hard, right? There's not modded servers already in your fucking game that have that by people in your community that did it for free and for no money. And developers getting paid fucking $60 to $100 an hour or salary. I don't get it, dude. I don't understand, man. And it literally has to be that environment is so fucking toxic and so full of itself that it's literally just it's just people jerking off over there, dude, being like, ooh, we're so cool, we're Blizzard, bro. And it's like, yeah, man, you guys are losing all face, especially with your Diablo 4 thing. Oh my god, dude. And it's not like we're not giving them time, right? It's not like we're not giving these devs time to make something. We're not even the ones coming out and announcing this stuff. They're making announcements. They're coming out with the promises. They're coming out with the fucking, right? They're the ones coming out in front of a crowd and being like, behold, our new kick-ass game. And it's gonna be so sick. And then it comes out and everyone's like, what is this? Didn't you guys say this and this and this and that? Well, we got a little behind. Doing what? What else are you guys doing, dude? And then, right, is it Jeff Kaplan or whoever? Who's the guy that was like the head of Overwatch and then he just left, dude? And it's like, that's writing on the wall, right? Like, you have the real motherfuckers at your studio that are the sole reason your game is successful, and you're not listening to them. You're just going, you're not being a team player. And it's like, dude, it's just corporate nonsense, dude. Corporate bullshit, uncreative. And it's not just the gaming industry, it's the film industry, it's the music industry, the entertainment industry in general, dude, is filled with these asshats that somehow find themselves in charge. And that's why we all like Gabe Newell. That's why we like Gabe. That's why Steam is the shit. That's why Valve is the shit, right? Because they don't play that fucking game. Valve is not a publicly traded company. There's no stocks, dude. They don't make announcements for things that don't fucking exist. They shut their goddamn mouths, and then out of nowhere, they just drop something. And then people go, hey, there's all these issues. And they go, we're on it. And within weeks, there are fixes. When they drop a game, everyone's like, what is this gem? What is this gem you just dropped before me? Oh my god. Wow, dude. I've been playing Left 4 Dead 2. Left 4 Dead 2. It came out in 2007. No ranked mode. No ranked mode. No fucking this, none of that. The only thing that I'm annoyed about Left 4 Dead 2 is they disabled mods on versus mode like 2 years ago for out of nowhere for no fucking reason. I don't know why. It's still a solid fucking game, dude. It's still such a fun fucking game. The community is dog shit. The community is full of douchebags, right? And fucking racist teenagers. But which game community isn't at this point? But it's still an amazing game and is a funner game than so many of the modern shooters and multiplayer games that are out now, dude. And it came out in 2007 and it holds up beautifully, dude. It's still so much fun as a competitive game and a shooter. It's awesome, right? So it's like, I don't see the excuses besides that the wrong people are in charge and they're not admitting that they're the wrong person for the job, dude. That's what it comes down to. People not admitting that they're fucking up, they're making mistakes. They need to move on and do something else, or they need to no longer be involved in this, right? Like, a mistake was made, we put someone in charge who's managing these people and directing where things are going, and they're the wrong people for the job, right? They don't hold themselves accountable enough. They get mad at how bitchy gamers are, because I will admit that gamers are bitchy and a half, dude. It's a bunch of dumb bitches, gamers as a community, right? Every gaming, go to any gaming subreddit, dude, and it's literally just people bitching and complaining, even at stuff that's awesome. They bitch and whine and bitch and whine and bitch and whine. So I get going mute on a lot of stuff, but in those complaints, in those comments, there are some genuine, actual good concerns and fucking, right, actual good consensus on problems and issues that need to be addressed, right? But a lot of that stuff, the bitching is justified because it's nonsense, you know? When it's minor dumb things like, oh, I don't like this cosmetic as much, it's like, shut the fuck up, right? That stuff's pointless. Dear diary, go tell it to your fucking sister, right? But when it comes to a colossus of a game like Overwatch, and to watch it slowly do something like this, it's like you need to take a big major step back and go, we fucked up. We really, really, really fucked up, and we're going back to the drawing board, and we're reevaluating what made the first Overwatch such a success, and pinpoint where we started curving into the wrong direction. And I guarantee you, greed is going to be a major factor behind that, right? Just all the time. Greed is always going to be able to, you're always going to be able to pinpoint just that little tiny bit. That's all I'm saying. Rant and a half. There you go. There's your rant. Here's your Osman Gold moment. Put it on YouTube. I mean, Overwatch 1 is a sick game. When I first started playing Overwatch 1, I was hooked immediately. I avoided it for the longest time because of the art style, and I was like, it's kind of got that Fortnite look to it. I was just like, I don't know, dude. It seems like it's kind of like, you know, more of a kid's game. And then I started playing it, and I was like, wow, this is a really cool fucking game. It's unique, it's different. Doesn't feel like any other, you know, shooting game I've played before. There's a lot of variety. The characters are interesting. The art design's actually cool. You know, it was a sick game, you know? And at some point, things started, probably, let me try to see if I can pinpoint when things started feeling like they were going wrong. Probably when Sigma was dropped. After GOATs. When GOATs happened, that was a problem. I agree. There was an issue there, and they tried to address it. GOATs is an issue, right? And then they nerfed Brigida, right? Then Sigma dropped. And it was like, great, another shield operator. That's what we want. And I like Sigma. I think Sigma's a cool character, but he was hella buff when he came out. He's still probably one of the best tanks in the fucking game, right? And when that character came out, usually you have that period where the new character's buff for a while, but then eventually he's got to get more nerfed, right? And they didn't really nerf him enough. And the reality was, he's a cool design, he's an interesting character. He probably shouldn't have a shield. Or if he's gonna have a shield, he needs to have a different kind of shield, right? And then as that progressed, their way of solving the problem was taking another tank out. So there's only ever one shield out at a time. As opposed to nerfing shields altogether or making them have, like I said, like I really think Reinhardt should be the only one that has a really buff shield, right? Every other character, they can throw a shield out, but it should be like a skill shot kind of thing, right? Like let's talk about a potential debuff for Sigma that might work. How about when he throws his shield out, it's a commitment. You do not get to retract the shield. You get to throw that shield out. It lasts for as long as it gets shot, or it's on a cooldown. So either A, it breaks and it puts it on cooldown, or it's out for a max of like 7 seconds and then it automatically reverts and then your cooldown starts. But you cannot throw your shield out, keep it up, retract it, let it heal, throw it out back again, because that's how you play Sigma, right? You can literally just keep spamming your shield and removing it and changing its position over and over and over again. It should be like a skill shot. You should have to put it in a smart position that helps your team out the most, and it's a commitment, right? And if the enemy team wants to fuck with you, they know they want to break that shield because it'll extend the cooldown. That's it, right? If they don't shoot the shield, it just stays up there, and then maybe it'll have a reduced cooldown if the shield doesn't get broken. Yeah, damn near 0 cooldown, right? Yeah. And that's me coming up with something off of the top of my fucking head. That's me thinking about it for 5 seconds, dude. And there's nobody in is everybody a yes man at Blizzard? Nobody's sitting there going like, hold up, let me raise my hand. No, bad idea. I think that's stupid. I actually play Overwatch all the time, and this is shitty, and it's a bad idea. Wild. Anyways, do you have this game loaded up?